Good evening. This is Street Talk. I'm Father Russ Carmichael, and nice to see you all, you folks all tonight. Got a great guest with me tonight. I'm gonna wait a second before I talk to him. I want to say, as we have started all our shows lately, we really want to say hi to Senator Andy Maynard. We want to make sure our prayers are with Senator Maynard, that, and we're hoping that everybody will go out and support Andy in his situation. I understand he's doing better. So we want to just keep Andy and the family and everything else in prayers. I want to say a happy birthday, late happy birthday to Peg Curtin. Sorry, Peg, I missed your birthday, and I feel kind of bad about that. But what can you say? You know, Father slips every now and then. I try to forget mine. Peg, 80 years old. My God, bless you. You need to stop when we tell people about the combat zone? No, I think we'll leave that alone, huh, Beck? But 80 years, wonderful lady, done a lot for New London, was union organizer, unbelievable. I told Peg, you got to write a book, Peg, because all the young girls need to know what you've done as a great lady, a great dam for the city, and everything else like that. Again, late happy birthday, Peg. Tonight, Dominic's not with me. We miss Dominic. Dominic Cotton, my co-host, is not with us. He's busy down there in Milford, probably giving the school board a hard time down there, and you'll probably see this show down there. So Dominic's not with me tonight. He will be back with me, obviously, next week at the new time that we're on. He's going to be back with me. Senator Kathy Oseen is going to be back on with us. We look forward. We love Kathy. Everybody knows we love Kathy, and hopefully we could have had Kathy kick the crap out of Foley when he gave her that hard time, but she kept her military status hidden and she didn't beat him up. She should have, okay, like he got beaten up last night, which was the debate. So tune in, make sure you stay with us, because we're seeing all around the state, not only on our New London thing, but on the New London Channel 25, we play in other areas now. So, I want to say, Kathy Johnson, you're down there in Oxford, and I know you're going to see me, and I know you're doing real good for the Democratic Party. And I heard your son had an art show, Robert, and I hope he's doing well. So I want to say good about that. Let me see. I think I did it all. Darren, Bobby, and at the house. God bless you all. So I'm going to get right into it. Tonight, I have a guy that I gave a real hard time when he worked for Mayor Finuzio, who everybody knows I'm at war with. When he was with him, I think I called him Goebbels or something like some outrageous Nazi thing that I did. But I have Jack Leavy on with me. Zach, yeah, that's what I said. Zach, did you think I didn't?
I said Jack.
No, Zach. I said Zach. Zach Leavy is on with me. Is that how you pronounce your Leavy?
Leavy.
Yeah, Leavy.
Leavy, yeah, Irish.
Irish. Okay. So Zach is with me tonight, and which is great, and we'll talk a little bit of politics. But you know what? What I want to talk about now is who Zach is. I mean, everybody knows you work for the mayor and stuff like that. And of course, when you worked for the mayor, I was angry at you and stuff like that, because everybody knows I don't like the mayor. Okay, but you're not working for the mayor right now. So, who is Zach?
Look how far we've come, from Herman Goring to now sitting on the show. It's what a world.
What a world. Is that right? Right.
I guess I'm an open book. I grew up on East Haven, which I'm not exactly the most proud of because of the current mayor that they have there, Joe Maturo. You may know him as Taco Joe. So I got about 18, and I said, well, I'm out of there. Went to Eastern Connecticut State University for 4 years. Got a bachelor's in political science, and when I was there, interned with a conservative lobbying group, so I got to see one side, and then interned with AFT Connecticut, working with the tech schools and
AFT.
AFT Connecticut,
What
American
is-
Federation
Medi-
of Teachers.
Yeah, exactly. Some of my people don't know the acronyms, okay? And we use spaghetti and all that stuff. So okay, so American
and,
Federation of Teachers.
Yep, and I
okay.
worked with the tech schools, the State Vocational Federation of Teachers, working during 2011 to make sure that their school system stayed under state control and not local control so that it can continue operating and providing the great trades and apprentice work for the students. Like in Grasso Tech, we have 33% of their students are from New London, and they're getting jobs, they're getting trades, they're learning how to be plumbers, carpenters, and then they're entering the workforce at 18 without any debt from college like I had to accrue, and they're starting to make money and really make the city better. And I think a lot of them are going to work over at Carpenter's Local 24 over on Broad Street up there. And,
Broad Street, up there with the carpenter.
Good group.
Yeah, and where are you working right now?
I'm the communications director for the Connecticut Employees Union Independent. It's a local of SEIU, which is the Service Employees Union Independent. We represent about over 4,000 state workers and about 900 municipal workers. They are the people keeping the buildings running, making sure the electricity is flowing, the HVAC's working, the plumbing's all set. They're on the roads plowing, making sure they can be driven. They're the ones working on the roads day and night, making sure that our roads are safe to be driven on. So don't text and drive.
I'm one of the oldest Teamsters around.
Yeah,
I started Local 25 55 years ago. Retired Teamster, Boston Teamster, AFL-C.
The heavy hitters.
Oh yeah. I know the James. Heavy hitters. Guess what? I bet you this is my daughter. Everybody who knows this, my daughter does this to me, right? Excuse me. I should have. Hello.
Hello.
Bye.
Yep. Dr. Cohen, calling to remind Robert of an appointment on Tuesday, October.
I gotta learn. This is a brand new phone. This is my show, and I don't even know how to do these things. Okay, I can't even shut this thing off.
If you have any questions regarding
How do I shut it off? That's the new one.
Oh, you gotta enter your password?
At 203-785-4198. Please listen to the following options to confirm your appointment.
There you go.
See that? A union guy helping me out, right? Because I need to shut this off for the whole show. What do I do? You know how to do these things, right?
Yeah, I can get you there.
Okay.
You want to shut it off or just silence it?
Whatever, silence it's fine. I'm telling you, I just moved. This is the 5. I'm waiting for my 6. They didn't have any in, right? I went from old phones to boom, just jumped right into it, right? But anyways, go ahead. Let's get back.
Interned with the State Vocational Federation of Teachers, and then in 2011, I graduated with a degree in political science and a minor in public relations.
Right.
During that summer, I ended up meeting then candidate Finizio at the Whaley Awards at downtown and became the operations coordinator of his campaign and won.
Well, I was going to keep the politics out of this for right now.
But yeah, I mean, but
we just mentioned Darrell, our mayor, Finozio, and everybody knows.
Before we get into the contentious stuff, what else do you want to know about me?
It's not contentious. I heard a rumor, okay, and twice that you're going to be his campaign manager.
Everyone keeps saying that. I've never heard that.
You never heard?
No, I
saw
the rumor.
Tonight, that's not true.
No, that's not true.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted.
I think people are starting to get a little nervous he might run again. I mean, he hasn't said anything to me that he is, but I think people are starting to get a little nervous.
A lot of people have said that he was going to run, and he's mentioned it to actually friends of mine that he didn't know of friends of mine that he's considering running. But we'll see. Mike Passero is going to beat him anyway, so I ain't even worried about that. So let's get back to you, okay? I really want to, you've done all this stuff. Where you going? You're with the union. That's why you're sitting across from me. I'm a down and dirty union guy all my life. As I said, Local 25, Teamster, IEBW, International Brotherhood of
Oh, yeah.
Electric Workers, AFL-CIO, and I'm a retired AFSCME organizer, and I got my plaques and all that foolishness and everything. I'm a union, serious union guy, and I'm proud of it. Man, the unions, I wouldn't have my railroad retirement if Jimmy Hoffa didn't take care of me.
Absolutely.
So,
And I'm just currently getting my master's degree from the University of Rhode Island.
yeah, okay,
I'm
yeah, that's what I heard.
Studying labor relations. I'll be finishing up that program next May. I'm looking forward to that.
That's good, that's good, yeah.
Just bought a house downtown New
Yeah,
London.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, you just bought a house.
Oh, yeah.
I understand you're doing improvements on the house and stuff like that. I heard you got a lot of work to do.
We got a little bit of work. It's
Little bit?
it's an old house. It's on Star Street.
Oh, I love stuff.
It's the best in the winter. Walking down with the snow and everything. You can't beat that view.
Yeah, the historic stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
I love. My office used to be right around the corner from there.
Oh.
Yeah, Tilly and whatever the.
Golden or Eugene,
yeah.
Governor Winthrop, whatever it is.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's we're doing some work on it, and our main thing is making sure it stays historically accurate.
Yeah, you're right.
My girlfriend's a member of the New London Landmarks,
Oh, wonderful.
and so she's very, if it costs a little more to make the windows historically accurate, that's what it's going to take. That's what we'll do. And because it's what matters, it's our history. I mean, and you see it all across the country. In Buffalo right now, they're using their historic homes, their historic renovation, and they're having an economic boom because of it.
Well, if we had kept, I hate to go back on what happened with the eminent domain and stuff like that. If we had wise leadership at the time, if that was developed and everything else like that, this would have been, we would be way ahead of the curve. However, and I don't, again, we're getting into politics, with the waterway development, with the train stuff, and what's coming in, this is a great time for young people like yourself to invest here, to live here and be part of the growth.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not gonna be overnight. I'm most likely not gonna see it, but you will, and your children will, and stuff like that, and that's what really is important. That's what's important to me, is being involved in a town.
And especially in New London. I mean, I moved here 2011. I'm not from here, but it's the first place where I lived where I was just like, this feels like my home. It's a great city. It's got so much culture. It's got so much to offer. My girlfriend's from New Jersey. She's not originally from Connecticut. Went to college, moved to New London after. Left to go to Columbia to get her master's, moved back to New London.
Yeah.
She was just like, I can't stay away. It's got
Well,
a whole
for young people at your age, with the academic background, with the downtown, with the hygienic type of stuff and everything else, there's a lot that goes on for young people. Your age bracket and stuff like that. I think we're failing at a different level, but at that, that I think that really attracts.
I think we could definitely have more family-friendly events. Main Street does a great job with the fishtails.
Yeah, exactly right.
And Barbara Neff does a great job with like the food on the waterfront.
Absolutely.
So I think we're getting there. It's just like you said, it takes a long time.
It takes a long time, and of course with me, I'm totally believing with the Coast Guard Academy, the museum, not the academy, the museum. My daughter went to the academy. The museum with the water development because of the deep water stuff and what's happened at the canal and the overall development of what's going to happen on our waterfront. The places will boom. But we're looking at 10 down the road, though.
I think just the image of walking down State Street and seeing, the Bark Eagle parked down there on the pier, and the Coast Guard Museum hanging over the Thames. What more do you want? What more do you want? That's all you need. You got so much beauty down there.
Oh yeah.
But I think right now, our main thing in New London, we gotta just keep working to turn the schools around. We've made some improvements.
Oh boy, you segued right into the schools. I was going to get you later on about that. So what do you think about the referendum? Where are you with that?
Oh, I'm voting yes.
You're voting yes.
Absolutely. I think that because they've done it similar style in Hartford, and what they're finding is that they're having academic improvements. And when academics improve and when schools improve, you have more families, you have more single-family home ownership, property values increase, which ultimately drive down taxes. So I think that
It's a lot of money.
absolutely, it is a lot of money, but I think we have, it only
What
costs-
happens if Foley gets in? If Foley gets in, we ain't gonna get that 80%.
That's why we got to work to get Dan Malloy in.
If people don't realize that, I mean, it really sounds good.
And I think a lot of
you know,
people think, they see the dollar amount, I think it's like 200 something, the bonding.
Bonding,
They,
yeah.
they see it and they think, oh, it's all at once.
I got
and
it
it's-
around here
And it's
somewhere.
all, and that's all going to be us. But that's not true. I think our side's only about 31 million. And we're never going to get these reimbursement rates again. I mean, we just happen to hit it right at the right time. We happen to hit it with the right people in office. And, is the magnet school perfect? I don't know. But I know it's something, and I know it's been proven to work in other cities.
Well, we're an off year, and I guess we are an off year in voting and stuff like that. And if you really want to make an impact on this, I know Peg has led the way on education. She's unbelievable. I can't say enough for Peg Curtin as a person who's dealt with education. Now, I know there was the blunder with the super, what's his name there? Okay, I blame that on the state master because he's supposed to be guiding our educational people. And that blunder, I believe it, on the state. I don't blame Peg. I don't even blame anybody on the board. It was a bad mistake. But as far as the development of this stuff here, that's a different issue. And she's been doing wonderful in education for a lot of years. And I know she wants this passed. The only way this is going to get passed, my belief, because I know the lot people are, I believe, are out against it, and we have a lot of naysayers. But the only way, if you got kids in school, you got to get out and vote. People who are older, even not me because I got so many kids, so many grandkids, and so many great-grandkids, I don't care what the taxes cost me, education is key. But most elderly folks, or to get up to my age, the kids out, they don't want to pay the taxes. They forget that their kids went to school and everything else. Happens all over the country. Happens in Arizona where I was. If you parents do not get your butts off the couch and vote this election for this kind of stuff, it ain't gonna get passed.
And I think, we always talk about, business climate and people moving here, comparing, our tax rate with surrounding towns. If you look at the surrounding towns that have the lower mill rate, their schools are near the top.
Yeah, that's right.
Those things go hand in hand.
That's right.
Lower taxes and good education system are tied together.
That's right. You're right. You're right. You and I are probably on the same boat with education. Obviously, as a young man, you did crying out loud. You headed for your masters and everything else like that. Oh my! Education is key to everything we do. Everything that I do. As I said, I'm dyslexic. People would be surprised at my education. Due to my dyslexia was a stumbling block. But as you mentioned, the guy who has the biggest job in the state, he's worse off than I am, and I know how bad his, and that's Dan Malloy. Dan Malloy is, he did his degrees orally and everything else like that. Fantastic. So there's certain things barriers that if you're educated and you can get by, you'll do well, and that's what's important.
Absolutely. I saw a comment on Facebook the other day, and I think it summed it up perfectly. It said, leave the politics aside, leave the personalities aside. This isn't about who's the better politician. This isn't about who's the better elected official. It's about our children.
That's exactly right.
And it's not just your child, if you have a child in the school system or not. It's about all our children. It's about the community's children. Education, a good system, it shows that crime goes down. Education is the key, especially to an urban city like us that has all these urban problems on this small tract of land. Education is key. We fix our school systems, we're an entirely different city.
Absolutely. I say that statistically. I say that in a negative way is one of the problems that has kept New London down so long. Lowest pay in all of New England.
Yep.
And the least amount of college-educated graduates to live in the city. Somebody said, "What are you saying, Father?" I said, "No money and dumb isn't going to get you any place." The city's turning around. You need to build up everything. Our unions are what is key to everything. They build up the finances on the income level, and education is key to the strength of your city.
Absolutely.
That's why I want you to run. That's why I did that. Do you like the way I
I like that was a
segued
nice
in?
segue.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
Would you like that?
That
Nice
was
and
smooth,
easy,
yeah.
huh? Are you going to run?
I haven't even thought about that yet. I mean,
No, I didn't even thought.
I've thought about it, but I haven't thought about it in any kind of serious consideration. I believe in public service.
I know you do.
You know, when I worked for the city, I didn't view it as a job. I viewed it as giving back to my community.
Very good.
And that's what it's about. I think that too many times people get elected and they're in it for the wrong reasons. You know, everyone's trying to chase that higher office. It's about giving back to the community. And for the city council, you can actually see immediate change, that your advocacy on the city council level is making a real difference on the street.
That's exactly
and
right.
that is so important to keep that in mind, that this is a public service.
Yeah, but we need educated people there who cooperate and understand compromise and stuff like that. Now, Murray, the I know would support you, because I reviewed a show of his when he first had you on, I think in 2012 or something.
I think it was 2012.
2012 or something like that. And he wasn't too pleased with the mayor, but he was pleased and thought that you were one of the best hires that he had and that he made. That was Murray that said that. Even though I gave you a hard time and everything else, I always thought that you had the intelligence, and you've done well. I just got to say one, because I hate the mayor a lot, and it's really not, I really hate the mayor. Okay, I hate the mayor's politics and the way he does his politics. Okay, and that's the thing. It's personal with me and everything else like that. But I don't like the way he operates politically. Outside of that, and he's been in the ring too many times, maybe, and I could say that for myself. But I would think that a political career that would be great for you, and you're right at the right time. When's your master's finish?
May of 2015.
2015. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So this might be too early.
Well, the next council election is November of 2015.
That's exactly right.
And
Gee, you'd have your master's, graduate, and slide right into the council.
I'm really focused on just making sure the governor gets elected and wins in November, and that we get a good school system in November, and working to make sure those things happen. Because, if I start thinking 2 elections down the road, I lose focus on the one right in front of me.
I'm hoping you're right. I'm really nervous about that, especially if you keep taking pictures with you up front of the mayor. I told him, hi, Governor. I told the governor, and I'm sorry, Mayor Finuzio, if you're out there, I had told the governor that if he keeps taking pictures with you, he keeps dropping 6 points, and he's in real trouble. He needs to distance himself.
Well, I think last
And
time,
I think he tried to break my wrist when I said he was,
I think last time he was here, he actually gained a little bit in the poll. So who knows?
He's doing well. The guns come in.
Yeah.
When you drop Mr. Clinton in the area, who's fabulous and smart and knows what he's doing. He's the only. Let's face it. He's the answer. We had 20 years of Republican devastating this economy. See, people don't remember the history. 20-year run of mismanagement, devastation, bad contracts, wheels and deals that, boom, got us in one of the biggest debts ever.
It's where we got. We kind of had a lot of the same problems in New London.
Exactly. We do.
We started in 2011, and there was no fund balance. Governor Malloy came in 2010, and there was no rainy day fund. It had all been taken out.
To
cover all these loopholes and short-term stopgaps.
Right.
And
So you got to recover, and you got to pay back. The problem is, it's like the loan shark never goes away. Don't know how I know that, but what?
It's an expression.
Most people know how I know that. the debt don't go away. The interest on the debt unless you can figure out a way to get that down, that's still there. It doesn't matter. You're a Democrat and a Republican borrowed the money or made the deal. Well, hey, we're still here to collect, pal.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, and that's the problem with the state. In the simplest terms that I can tell you, and what Dan Malloy has done, he really has done, tried to clean that up as best he could and move forward at the same time.
Absolutely. You got to build the road before you can drive on it. And I think right now he's built the road.
He's built the
and
road.
we're starting to drive on it a little
Uh-huh.
bit. But, certainly we can do more. And I think we're going to do more. And I think Dan Malloy's the guy to get us there. I mean, we've seen the first positive job growth in the private sector in the state of Connecticut in over 20 years.
Oh, and look what's
That is
coming.
unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, and look what's coming down the pipe.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of money, government money coming here. We got the railroad thing being fixed,
Yep.
millions of dollars Joe Courtney brought in here. We got the whole waterway expansion and development that's coming in here. You're absolutely right. Democrats have done a really, really good job. And the thing is, the key is the Democrats are about a lot of people. I'm sorry, the Republicans are about self.
Yep.
And self doesn't make it. Self doesn't get you employed.
We're a big tent,
We're a big tent.
Look at this show right here. You and I don't agree on every issue,
No,
but
of
we're
course
both
not.
Democrats, and we
We're-
both know that we're both, fighting for generally the same ideas.
Same ideas, right?
And that's, I think, what a lot of the Democratic Party is. Whereas, you look at a guy like Tom Foley or Scott Walker in Wisconsin.
Oh, my goodness.
And they come in and they have all these big ideas, and it's all about how they can make more money.
That's exactly right.
And I get it. I'm not anti-success. You should be successful. We're America. You should be successful.
Exactly right.
But if you make...
Not at the price of,
No.
not at the price of services that are needed, not at the
Absolutely.
price of children's education, not at the price of those type of things, not at the price of medical care. Profit shouldn't be made at those costs.
Absolutely. People call it a culture of dependence, that Democrats foster a culture of dependence. I don't view it as a culture of dependence for keeping people from being homeless and dying on our streets.
Exactly
or
right.
being sick and spreading illness.
Exactly
I remember being up at the Capitol one day and a woman, a bus driver, before we did paid sick days, that Tom Foley has fought against. It's just anti-business policy. It's the reason why businesses are moving out of the state, which isn't true because we've grown jobs.
We've grown jobs.
And I remember seeing a bus driver talk, and she said, I had the swine flu, and I couldn't take the day off of work because they'd fire me or I'd lose my pay, and I had my bills. So every morning I'd go in, and I'd Clorox bleach the entire bus with a medical mask on, and then I'd wear the medical mask when I drove the kids to school, and then before I got off the bus, I'd Clorox bleach everything again. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you're a bus driver, you're not making a lot of money. You shouldn't have to work in those conditions. You shouldn't have to risk spreading illness because you're worried about paying your bills.
Paying your bills.
It's wrong.
It is. It is absolutely wrong, and it's tragic. But it seems to be the way of the world. I got other things I want. What else did I want to ask you? I'm not. I got you on the. I really was concerned. I was really concerned about you being a campaign manager. That was that was key because I kept hearing that, and boy, you got me. I thought you were going to say, "Well, yeah, Russ, I am," and but no, that
It would be news to me.
it would be news to you. No, that's good. I think it's really really good that you're not doing that. Or would you do that? Maybe that's the question I want. Would you think about doing that if he said he was going to run?
I think it would be difficult for me to do that in my current job, to be a full-time campaign manager. When I really was his operations coordinator in 2011, I was a waiter who was going to school. So I had...
You're going to make a great politician. You're going to be, you know how to say no with all these things on it. So that's really good. Okay, so I hear you saying no. You're not going to be his campaign manager.
I think it would be difficult for
I
me
think,
to do.
well, and you're doing the house and everything else. Where do you see Zach going over the next year? Anyways,
You mean like in politics or just in general?
in general, I mean politics. Okay, you're not going to put that. You're not going to say no. I wouldn't run for council.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
So basically, you're telling me you wait until the election's over. Am I hearing you right?
Yeah, I would
Okay,
wait until
we're
the-
going to see what happens with our governor and stuff like that. We hope he gets back in and then see what the landscape looks like.
Yeah, I have to wait until the election's over, and I have to, talk to my family about it. Obviously, if you
It's a big